cumulative frequency. In today's lesson, we will be looking at drawing frequency graphs and using the graphs to work out the median, the lower quartile, upper quartile, and interquartile range. So let's have a look at a few examples. So I have a table here, okay, and it says weight, frequency, and the cumulative frequency here is given to us. And for the other previous examples, what we'll do is we'll have a look at working out the cumulative frequency for ourselves. Okay, so weight here of, it could be anything. It could be people, it could be pets, it could be anything. Okay, so we've got weight here. So it's in kilograms. So weight between 0 to 5 kilograms. Let's say it's dogs. Okay, 8 dogs. Weight between 5 to 10 kilograms is 23 dogs. The weight between 10 to 15 kilograms is 20 dogs, and then 10 dogs, 5 dogs, and 6 dogs. Well, you might be thinking, well, actually, what is the cumulative frequency? Now, the cumulative frequency here is given to us. So what you do is you start off with the number that's already here, 8 dogs. Well, if we've got another 23 dogs, how many dogs have we got altogether that we're looking at in our survey? That's 31. Another 20 will make it 51. Another 10 will make it 61. Another 5 will make it 66. And another 6 is 72 dogs. Okay, that's the cumulative frequency. Okay, now sometimes in the exams you are given the cumulative frequency like you are given here. Sometimes you are not. So therefore you have to then work the cumulative frequency out. Okay, so let's have a look then. Let's plot our cumulative frequency graph. So here I have got myself some axes. I've got the x-axis, the weight kilograms is there, and then the cumulative frequency goes alongside the y-axis. Now, you might want to remember this or highlight this in your exams. It's always, the cumulative frequency graph is always plotted with this last set of numbers in our kind of grouped data. It's grouped, isn't it? We don't know the exact value. So we always go off the last one and then the cumulative frequency. Okay, now often people get confused with cumulative frequency and frequency polygons in the exam. It's because frequency polygon, you have to plot it with the midpoint. So don't get confused and start plotting, working at the midpoint. Okay, so it's just the last one plotted with against the frequency, cumulative frequency. So let's have a look then. So we're going to plot 5 against 8. Well, this is 2, 4, 6, 8. There we are. Okay, we've done that one. Next one's 10 against 31. So 10 against 31 will be somewhere there. Okay, the next one is 15 against 51. Right there. Next one is 20 against 61. Okay, the next one is 25 against 66. And the next one's 30 against 72. Okay, right here. So again, you might be thinking, well, does the graph just here end at 5? But it doesn't. So whatever your number here is to start off with, that's the number you're going to look at on the x-axis. So here, 0. Okay, that's the lowest number the weight can be counted. So we're going to plot at 0. And then it's just a nice smooth curve. Okay, freehand. There you are. Okay, a nice smooth curve, and you can see that it kind of looks like a stretched out S. Okay, kind of looks like a stretched out S. So cumulative frequency graph is like a stretched out S shape. Okay, so that's what your cumulative frequency graph should look like. Now there are lots of different type of questions that will be asked when looking at cumulative frequency. So let's have a look. I have got some questions here that I've taken off a teacher who makes resources called Mr. Mystery. So his questions are really, really good. So let's have a look at some of these questions that he's written. So let's have a look. Draw a cumulative frequency curve. That's your first question. And the second graph says, use your graph to find the median value of X. So this is sugar contents. X units and the frequency. Okay, so let's have a look. Now, the question here is, I'll read the question out to you. It's not being written on the screen. It says, every day James does a test to see how many units of sugar are present in his blood. The results of these tests over a period of 50 days are shown in the table below. So James is doing a test to see how many units of sugar are present in his blood. So sugar contents between 2 to 4 was 0 times, between 4 to 6 was 2 times, between 6 to 8 was 12 times, between 8 to 10 was 25 times, 10 to 12, 8 times, and 12 to 14, 3 times. Okay, so let's draw the cumulative frequency first. So we need to draw the table. Sometimes you are given the table here that says cumulative frequency and the blank spaces for you to work it out. Sometimes you aren't, so that's not a trick question. You've got to draw that little bit on at the end of the graph. So we've got 0 times first. Between 4 and 6, it was 2 times. So another, well, 0 added 2 is 2. And then another 12 times is 14 altogether so far. Another 25 makes that 39. Then another 8 makes it 47. And then another 3 makes it 50. And there we are. Now we've got to plot our frequency graph. So here, so as the last one against this one. Okay, you can highlight it if you want to do so. Right, so again, I'm going to plot 4 against 0. The next one, 6 against 2. The next one, 8 against 14, so 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. The next one, 10 against 39, so 39 there. And then the next one, 12 against 47, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 47 there. And then the next one, 14 against 50. And remember, whatever your number here is on the x-axis, that's where it's going to go to. So here at 2. And then all I'm going to do is kind of join that up. Okay, you can see that I kind of missed that out, haven't I? So let's try that again. Sometimes a bit more easy when you've actually got a pen and paper, you're not doing it on the computer. Okay, slightly better. I'm going to have one more go if I can. It has to be a smooth curve, okay? No straight lines, no joining the points, but there you are. Okay, I have drawn my cumulative frequency graph. Now it says, use your graph to work out the median values of x. Right, okay, so the median. Your graph goes up to 50, okay, because he's measured it, or he's tested himself 50 times. So median is a middle. So what you're going to do is you're going to do 50 divided by 2, which is 25. So you look at 25 on your graph. I'm just going to get a red pen actually, and I'm going to get myself a ruler. Okay, where's 25? 21, 22, 23, 24, 25 is here. Okay, so all I'm going to do is I'm going to, with my ruler, draw a line until I get to my graph, and then I'm going to kind of read below it. Okay. Okay. There we are. And what have I got there? Well, I've got 8.2, 8.4, 8.6, 8.8, 9, 9.2, 9.4, 9.6, 9.8. Okay. So 8.2, 8.4, 8.6, about 8.7. Okay. And there you are. That is my median value of x. Okay. Now, the next question here says, if the sugar content of James' blood is greater than 11.5 units, then it is harmful for his health. Use your graph to find an estimate of the number of times these readings were greater than 11.5 units. Show clearly on your graph how you got your answer. So when it's greater than 11.5 units, so the sugar content is the bottom one, isn't it? So what I need to do is I need to find 11.5. So I've got 10, 10.2, 10.4, 10.6, 10.8, 11. And it's 11.5, isn't it? So 11.2, 11.4, 11.5 is there kind of in the middle. So what I need to do is get my ruler and go up the graph. And it slightly looks like a bit tricky because I'm on my laptop here. Okay, we'll go there if we can. And I go all the way up to my graph. And then again, get my ruler, turn it around. And so 0, oops. Can be quite tricky on the laptop. Okay, so that's bang on, 41, 41, 42, 43, 45. Okay, now you might be thinking, well, actually, my answer's 45, but your answer's not 45, is it? Because it's saying if the sugar contents of James' blood is greater than 11.5 units, it's harmful for his health. How many times these readings were greater than 11.5? Well, altogether, he's only actually tested himself 50 times, and 45 of these times, it wasn't when it was greater than 11.5. It's this bit here, isn't it, that's greater than 11.5 units. So how do you get to 45 to 50? Well, it's 5. You can do 50 take away 45. You can count from 45 to 50. So the answer is 5 times it was harmful for his health. Okay, let's have a look at a different question then and see what that question asks us to do. Don't need the ruler, let's get rid of that for now. So here I have got another graph, and again I'm going to read the question out to you. So here it says the lengths of a number of nails were measured to the nearest 0.01 centimeters, and the following frequency distribution was obtained. Okay, so some measurements of nails were given, and we have to draw ourselves a frequency, cumulative frequency diagram. So here we've got 2 nails first, another 4 makes it 6, another 10 makes it 16, another 24 makes it 40, another 32 makes it 72, another 17 is 89, another 7 is 96, another 4 is 100. Okay, so let's plot our cumulative frequency. So again, it's this last one here against the cumulative frequency. Okay, so we've got 1 against 2. Well, I'm guessing this is going up in 2s. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 20. Yep, so there you are. The next one is 1.02 against 6, so 2, 4, 6. 1.04 against 16, so 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. 1.06 against 40. Nice and easy, that one. 1.08 against 72. Got 60 there, 60, 62, 64, 66, 68, 70, 72. 1.10 against 89. Okay, so I'm going to go up, up. It can be quite tricky when you're looking at this. 8. So 80, yep, 80, 82, 84, 86, 88, 89, so back there. And then 1.12 against 96. So that's 190, 96. And the last one's going to be against 100. That there is 0.98. So I'm going to put my dot there. And again, I'm going to try my best with my laptop pen to do this, and there you are. Okay, we've drawn a cumulative frequency graph, and you can see it's a stretched out S shape. There's no straight lines, there's no joining dot to dot. I've just drawn a nice lovely curve. So now it says use your graph to find the median value of X. So it's the middle number, isn't it? So your graph goes up to 100. Yeah, your final number is 100. So half of 100 is 50. So let's go 50. That's 40, 42, 44, 46, 48, 50. I'm going to get my ruler, and I'm going to go all the way to my graph if I can. Okay, then I'm going to go all the way down. I think I could say that's actually on the graph there. There you are. Okay, well, what's that? I've got 1.0. Let's have a look. 0, 6, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Yeah, so 0, 2, 4. So it's 1 point. So I'm going to write median here. Oops. Get rid of that. So let me write. Median is 1.064 for me. Okay, it can be slightly different for everybody depending on your graph, obviously, because we've all drawn our graphs freehand. There is always leeway in the exams for this. Now it says work out the interquartile range. Well, the interquartile range, you need to know the lower quartile and upper quartile first. So lower quartile is a quarter of your results. So a quarter of 100, well, 100 divided by 4 is 25. So 20, 22, 24, 26, so about 25's there. Going to get my ruler out again. Okay, let's have a look. And I'm just going to go down. Okay. And then I've got 1.0, 042, 044, 46, 48. I can say what I'm going to say 1.05 for me. Okay. Upper quartile then is 3/4 of your data. So 3/4 of 100 is obviously 75. So 60, 62, 64, 68, 70, 72, 74, 75 is about there. So let's have a look what we've got. Okay, and then I'm just going to get my, put it around there. Okay, and what have I got? I've got, well, it's 1.078, isn't it? Rightio. And then your interquartile range then would be the upper quartile, take away your lower quartile. Okay, so in this situation here, I have got my upper quartile to be 1.078, subtract my lower quartile, which is 1.05, and you can use a calculator for this, 1.05, and my answer there is 0.028. Okay, and that is my interquartile range. And we've worked out the upper quartile, the lower quartile, the median, and then we've used this to work out our interquartile range. Okay, nice and simple and straightforward. Let's have a look at one last example here. Okay, so this one here says the table shows the times and minutes spent on homework one evening by a group of year 10 students. So let's draw the cumulative frequency or fill that in for now. We've got 4 to start off with. Another 7 makes it 11, another 10, 21, another 15, 36, another 4, 40. Let's plot our cumulative frequency. Is that against that? So 10 against 4. Oh, well, let's figure out what these are going up into. So we've got, how many? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's going up in 2.5s, isn't it? So we've got 2.5, that's going to be 5. So 4 is going to be around about there. Okay, next one, I've got 20 against 11. Well, 11 is going to be about there. Done that one and that one. 30 against 21. 21 again about right there. I've got 40 against 36. Well, that's 32.5. That's 35 to 36 about there. And the last one, 50 against 40. Okay, and it goes to 0. And again, I'm just going to draw my little smooth curve if I can. There you are. I've drawn my cumulative frequency graph. Okay, complete the table above to find how many students took part in this survey. That's 40 altogether, because we started off with 4 pupils, another 7 is 11, another 10 is 21, another 15 is 36, another 4 is 40, 40 students altogether. We've drawn our cumulative frequency graph. Now it's asking us for the median. Median is a middle value, so 20. I'm going to change my color pen. Let's go to 20. Okay, and I'm going to go down there. Okay, and I'm just going to then change my ruler. Obviously, it's a bit better for you if you're doing it on paper. I'm going to try my best, see if I can get this. And be quite fiddly with your laptop ruler. Okay, we'll go with that one there. So we've got 20. So I'm assuming this is also going up in, well, 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah, 2.5. So I've got 20 as 2.5. That's 25. Add 2.5, add 2.5. That's going to be 27.5. We'll say 28. Yeah, I'm going to say 28 for my median. Okay. Then let's do the upper quartile and lower quartile to work out the interquartile range. So we've got 40. Well, the lower quartile, if I write down here somewhere, the lower quartile is a quarter of your data, which is 10. So I'm going to go across 10. I'm going to go down. That's better this time. Okay, and while I'm here, I'm going to do the upper quartile as well. Okay, that's 3/4 of my data. So I want 3/4 of 40. So 40 divided by 4 times by 3, which is 30. So I'm going to go up 30 while I'm here. And then I can figure out what the values are. 30 seems like it's a nice one. Okay, go down. Okay. Well, my upper quartile, let's do that one first. That's 32, that's 35. I'm going to circle that. My lower quartile, well, is 10. Add 2.5, so that's going to be, that's 12.5. Add another 2.5 gives me 15. Add 2.5 gives me 17.5. Should we say it's about 18? I think that's 18 around about there. Okay, and then obviously my interquartile range would be 35 take away 18, and I end up with 17. That is my interquartile range. Okay, 17 minutes. Now the final thing it asks you to do is draw a box and whisker plot for the data. I'm just going to use this axis here for my box and whisker plot. So let's have a look. So my lowest time can be 0. That's 0, isn't it? My highest time I know is 40. 40 is here. Yep. Yep. Okay. Median we worked out was 28. So I've got here, that's 20, add 2.5, which is 22.5. Add another 2.5, which is 25. So that's 25 there. That's 27.5, so 28 is going to be around about there. Okay. Then I need to find my lower quartile, which is 18. I'm going to say about 18 is around about there. Yeah. And then my upper quartile, which was 35. So that's around about there. Okay. And there you are. I've drawn my box and whisker plot diagram out there. Okay. And there we are. That's how you draw yourself a box and whisker plot and draw your cumulative frequency graphs. So we've drawn a cumulative frequency graphs. We worked out the median, the lower quartile, the upper quartile, and the interquartile range. I hope this was useful for you. Thank you for watching.